Our thoughts on Kaji and Orion, also Middle Eastern countries, thoughts on getting claims done for any kind of damages, for private data being leaked, info stealers, a ton of XMR chat questions from people from Monero. It's a lot this week, but we're going to try to go through it as efficiently as we can because we have a lot of good questions. These are all from people who in some way, shape, or form supported us either through Patreon or through Monero and make this podcast possible for all of you each week. So thank you all. You can also join next week's Q&A already, either on xmrchat.com or patreon.com, and all of those are down below. We're going to start with Oddbite, who asks, what do you guys think about Kaji? Are they a trustworthy company? I've been using them for a while, and their search results are better than Google because they filter out AI-generated images, and they don't have half the page of sponsored links, which makes it a lot easier to get where you need to faster. Along the same lines, what do you think of their Orion browser? I want to start by saying I really like a lot of the stuff they're doing. Are they trustworthy? I would say as a whole, yes. They are doing a lot of cool stuff. I have no reason to just outright tell people to avoid it. I've tried out and done a review of their search engine, and it's a really cool concept. It's a bit more money than I'm willing to put forward for something that I can honestly find with DuckDuckGo or Brave Search for the most part. Like, I get that really clean, decent search experience with those services, and while Kaji does do a few things better than that, I can't really deny it's a better, more premium experience. It's just a lot of cash to coffee for me. In terms of Orion, I'm a little bit more conflicted on Orion, not even necessarily because they're doing anything wrong. It's just developing a browser and maintaining a browser is a big deal. And as far as I know, they don't have a huge team behind Orion, and I would just like to see it develop a little bit more before I would be comfortable recommending it over something like Brave. I did have a bit of a back and forth with the Kaji CEO on our forum about browser fingerprinting, and they are pretty firmly against browser fingerprinting and see it as just marketing. And they think that it doesn't do anything and it's pointless, which I firmly disagree with. I would at least like to see a bit more of an update on that too, just on a personal level before I would start to use it. But I think the lack of browser fingerprinting isn't enough of a reason to outright avoid a browser. I just think that it makes it hard to justify from like a pure privacy perspective. But on the positive, it's a super cool concept. Orion, for those who don't know, is a WebKit, pretty much Safari-based browser. It looks like Safari, acts like Safari. It's for Apple devices. They have Linux support coming soon, and it comes with uBlock Origin out of the box. And you can use like Chrome and Firefox extensions, even though it's based on Safari. That's the idea. In practice, it's not that clean from what I was able to try and use, but it's a really cool concept, and I think it would be a really cool alternative to see it succeed.
I 90% agree with Henry. I think they are trustworthy. I've heard good things about the search results, but I'm with Henry. Like, I get perfectly fine search results with Brave, I feel like. As for the Orion browser, yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really busy. So the minute I saw it was Apple only, I just instantly stopped paying attention. First of all, I don't even have an iPhone right now. I also, for the purposes of the website, I try to recommend things that are Orion still only, but it's still really cool. And if you're on Apple, you should check it out. Like,
it's the extensions that I think are like the biggest thing. Like, the extensions even work on mobile, so you can theoretically access to like really cool. So I think that's really the cool main selling point there.
Yeah, and like, again, I haven't really looked into it a lot, so maybe it does do really cool things, and I just, wasn't paying close enough attention. But it's also not source available, which isn't the end of the world. But when it comes to a browser, I feel like that's a really important thing that should matter. The only last thing I have to add is, if you listen to what kind of won me over to them, I'm not going to lie, is Seth for Privacy's Opt-Out podcast. He interviewed the guys from Kaji, and they explained a lot of the technology and the stuff they're doing that goes into it. And it is really interesting stuff. And I highly recommend giving that a listen to understand more of what goes on under the hood and behind the scenes, and their mentalities and where they're coming from and stuff like that. So
I might quickly ask recommendations for smartwatches. It's going to be a tough one. Apple Watch is probably like a pretty safe, easy thing, especially if you have lockdown mode and you're using Apple's ADP, Advanced Data Protection. Otherwise, you can use a lot of smartwatches offline. You have to check by model. It also depends what you want from a smartwatch. I know Nate has a Pine Time. If you just want notifications, something like a Pine Time is really all you need. If you want like fitness tracking, I'm actually currently doing an experiment right now where I'm doing a Garmin free Garmin experience. So like what's it like to use a Garmin device without any of the Garmin apps and no Garmin account that's permanently linked to it. And it's like I got cool shortcut automations where I like plug in the watch, I click like send to phone, and it sends it to a local app on my phone that manages all the workouts and gives me like a history, and it imports the workouts there. So that's something I'm maybe going to do coverage on if I get a permit. But yeah, those are the best recommendations I have.
I don't really have any strong thoughts. Apple Watch is probably the best. Mozilla quietly shut down the Privacy Not Included project. So it's not really current, but I know at the time Garmin was rated as the least crappy. I would also make the argument that I do with Androids, where if you're not on an iPhone, the Pixel Watch is probably not a terrible choice if you're on stock Android, only because it's that whole thing of like not adding too many third parties to the pie. But I will also caution you by saying that we know for a fact that Google is dabbling in health data and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to say it is private. That's more of a harm reduction kind of thing, where maybe that will limit how many parties are accessing your data. I'm trying to think outside the box of like, okay, but what if I can't get an iPhone? So, all right, our next question comes from Sir Valence. You say, I live in a Middle Eastern country, well known for some high-profile privacy concerns. Recently, my employer switched our health insurance from an international provider to a local one. This matters because the provider only grants access to the insurance policy via phone app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. To use the app, VPNs have to be turned off and location data has to be shared. All communication with the company is conducted via WhatsApp, leaving me with a privacy nightmare. I've considered using a second phone dedicated to just the insurance, but I also know that I need to have it with me wherever I go in case of a routine doctor's visit or emergency for my family or me. If you were in my position and wanted to use just one phone, how would you make it as private as possible? So first off, you did mention considering two phones. If you're the kind of person that carries a backpack everywhere or like some kind of bag, you could just turn it off and carry it with you. And then in case of emergency, you turn it back on. However, in my perfect world, I would use a second profile on Android. And this is Android only. You can't do this on iPhone, so you didn't specify if you have an iPhone or not. But if you have access to an Android, I would use a second profile. You have to hold the power button like you're trying to shut the phone down, and then you click end session, and it kicks you out back to the other user. And I am told from the Calyx people that shuts off the profile. And I'm assuming that stock works the same way because Calyx usually doesn't make any serious changes from stock in that sense. So yeah, if you're on Android, that would be the way I would go. Is I would put WhatsApp and your app in that second profile, not a work profile to be clear, the second user, and then just shut off that profile when you're not using it. And if you're on iPhone, I have
of things that are inherently going to be tied to you. So, the best we can do here is kind of risk mitigation. You're not going to be able to change your name on this kind of stuff or get too far with hiding medical records. It's going to be private data, no matter what these use DNS filtering tools. I would be a little bit more concerned about third-party SDKs in these kind of apps. So if there's any third-party data collection happening there, I at least like to have a little bit more control over that. And if you use something like NextDNS, it shouldn't get flagged for being a VPN, and it should hopefully block those third-party connections that the app might try to make.
One quick thing that jumped out at me, and I'm sure you've already thought of this, but you say location data has to be shared. Does it have to be shared all the time? In most phones nowadays, you can set it to like only share while I'm using the app.
Also non-precise location.
I was looking at things like that if you're on iPhone and you kind of have to mitigate the damage.
Now we have our classic David Johnson 2 opinion questions about data breaches. The first one intends to get courts to award damages to people whose private data exposed have often been successfully blocked by claiming that risks of such harms are too speculative, conjectural, and speculative. The argument goes lots of people have suffered these harms without being data breach victims, and many data breach victims have not suffered them. Thus, what do you think should be the factual, specific, and personal taste, independent bedrock principle of privacy harms that everyone can get behind and that can be impersonally evaluated, and from which the panoply of privacy harms can be rigorously derived? I don't quite know how to answer this question. I will say, I don't know if I even agree fully on awarding damages to people. Not because I'm against people getting it, it's just typically most people just get a few dollars anyway. I think more of why these fines should be given out is to penalize companies, not to report people. I think both can be true, so this isn't like a side that I'm taking, but I do just think that I guess both can be true, right? If people get paid more, then it's probably a bigger fine. But it is hard to justify and find like what is the right amount to pay someone. What I wish would happen more often is that we saw larger fines that included also larger payouts for individuals. But I think the fines should be picked independently, and then the payouts should be picked on those fines, if that makes sense, just based on logic here. Mainly because it is hard to tie, like, oh, this is $6 of damage cost to this person. And for one person it's $6, this another person is $10, but there's no monetary value that we can tie to this kind of stuff. So I think it's much easier to find a monetary value of malpractice for a business, that especially when you have other points of reference, like, oh, this other data breach leaked these data points for 10 million people. This one leaked 5 more data points for 50 million people. So this is a 5 times larger breach, and we find XYZ. So there's precedent there that you can rely on to make new decisions. That's how I see it going, but I'm not a legal expert by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't know if that's a good answer.
I don't have an answer. This is another one of those things where I do agree with the overall idea. I do agree that there should be some kind of damages awarded just on it. And like Henry said, it penalizes these companies, it gives them more incentive not to breach your data in the first place. But I don't know what that objective measure would be. I mean, maybe that's the measure right there, is maybe everybody needs to come together, agree that data matters, which that should not be hard to prove, and then say, if your data gets breached, it's this much per record. I don't know. I think that's one of those things that there are smarter people than me hopefully debating this and trying to figure this out, because I like the idea. I just don't know what the standard would be. His second question says, prompted by a flurry of recent news stories about data breaches at medical organizations, why do you think there's little awareness about medical identity theft? I don't know. Probably because no one's talking about it. I honestly didn't know medical identity theft. Like, if you're talking about people specifically stealing identity theft for medical purposes, I didn't really know that was a problem until now. If you're talking about the idea of like medical data can be used to steal your identity, I don't think there's a lot of attention paid in general to where identity theft comes from. Because if you think about it, like, you see those LifeLock commercials, it's like, oh, prevent identity theft and dark web monitoring and this, that, and the other. But none of them ever say, like, hey, by the way, that's there because Facebook sucks at life and can't bother encrypting your passwords or hashing your passwords. It's never like that's there because Equifax had a massive data breach of half of all Americans. That's never National Public Data had a data breach of every American. Like, they never explained where that stuff came from. So I think there's a lot of awareness of identity theft in general. Just nobody ever talks about where it comes from, which I think would be a good thing to talk about more. Would help our cause, I think, but that would be my guess.
I don't have an answer to this one. David Johnson has 2 more questions. Do you think there are routes of info stealers that spread that do not require any of these different approaches that you mentioned throughout your question, which is pirated content, lack of updates, failing for various phishing attacks, and can thus infect knowledgeable and conscientious users? And if so, what are they? I'm going to say I don't know. I'm not a professional malware developer behind the scenes, so it's not something I'm thinking about on a daily basis. What I can tell you is that the most common ones are the ones that you should be more concerned about. Those are what is going to be the most common, and it's what's going to impact the most amount of people. So for most of you out there, I will say just getting software from trusted places, keeping your software up to date, and being wary and going to get you pretty far. And that's going to keep you secure against about 2FA. We can talk about YubiKeys. We can talk about password managers and different things we can do within those tools. But I think just those 3 things are already going to be a big improvement.
Yeah, the only thing I have to add is, if you want to be technical, I mean, we know zero-click malware exists, and I would classify that as a type of info stealer. But like Henry said, when we covered, that was one of our company stories this week, is Henry made a really good point. Do you think you're worth $20 million to a government? When we're talking about zero-click info stealers, if they exist, even though the tech-savvy, as you said, knowledge user, are you really worth spending a 0 day on you? Like, maybe if you're an activist, if you're a journalist, and that's why you're tech-savvy and knowledgeable. But for the average person who's like pirating video games and not update or, stuff like that, it's just for the average person. Like, I don't think anybody's going to waste that kind of power or software on something like that. And then as a similar question, you said most widely used and recommended password managers. Out of all of them, only RoboForm has a built-in on-screen keyboard, and it is specifically to defend against keyloging. You say, why do you think that none of the other major passwords employ something like it? Probably just lack of demand. I have never considered this before in my life, and I think a lot of them would rightfully argue that that's really outside their scope. Maybe not rightfully, maybe that's a harsh word, but they would correctly pull devices infected. They can't really help you with that. So, I mean, what's to stop it from being infected with a malware that is recording the screen and it can see the buttons you're pushing on the on-screen keyboard? And also, most devices come with an on-screen keyboard, although I guess you can make the argument more susceptible or compromised. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not opposed to that feature. It's probably got some accessibility benefits and probably wouldn't be a huge lift to incorporate if you want to start demanding that from your password managers, but it's probably just not in demand.
I've never actually seen this feature of theirs before, so digging into it. It's only on their desktop version. It's done with your mouse. Like, it might prevent just whatever, I accidentally installed a keylogger on my system from this pirated software I downloaded.
I hate it when I do that.
Yeah, I hate it too.
Sorry, just the way you said that. It's so funny.
But I think if somebody's like actually targeting you and they have access to your system because they want to have access to your system, I don't think this is going to make or break. And it's only for your master password. I would ask in the exact situations where this would work, and I feel like the likelihood is it's very slim, based on what I'm seeing, which is probably why a lot of people said it's just not a worthwhile feature. Next question from A11 Personal. They want to start by saying, first of all, Nathan, it's A11 Personal. So take notes.
I'm going to start saying it weird just on purpose.
His actual question here, are there any downsides to not using your own instance for PeerTube? For instance, I see that Surveillance Port is hosted on whatever. Techlore is hosted at techlore.tv. For both the content creators and the viewers, I've realized that I'm signed into a PertaTube. There's ways to subscribe to both, but not specific instances. Downsides to not using your own instance. You are putting trust in someone to protect your data if you're creating an account on that platform. And that's really it. I guess the only other potential downside is just checking speeds and how well it's overall maintained, uptime, etc. There is a lot of things you have to do right when you're hosting a PeerTube server. And so that's the kind of main thing I'd look for. But, that's just kind of where I'd call it your origin server. We don't actually host surveillance report content on techlore.tv. If you pull up a surveillance report video, you'll see it actually comes from a PertaTube because that's where the videos are hosted. So if Nate's server is down at a PertaTube and you try to watch a surveillance report video on techlore.tv, it's not going to work, even if techlore.tv works, and vice versa. So if techlore.tv and the videos for Techlore are down and you try to watch them from a PertaTube, they're not going to work either. And techlore.tv is not even open to the public. It's literally meant to just host videos. So there is no public registration. So if you want public registration, you got to look for a different instance there. That's kind of a quick breakdown of what I would look for.
First of all, I'm really disappointed right now that .whatever is not a TLD, because I was totally about to go register that just to be as far and have it redirect to the main site. You guys don't see this as users, but on the back end, when you say subscribing to instances, that's kind of how PeerTube works. And I think that's one of the things that kind of works against it, and Mastodon as well, but to a lesser extent. With Mastodon, so I make a new instance and I go follow Henry. Now that I follow Henry, I can see all the other accounts on his instance on my timeline. And so it kind of spreads that way. With PeerTube, I have to go federate with other instances as an admin. And then their content will start showing up. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you as the viewer can still go find specific channels and follow them even if I don't do that. So it's not like you can't find a channel if I don't federate with it. But it's just like if you're just browsing, it's not going to show up unless I federate. And side note, other instances sometimes have to approve that request, which is why we are still not federated with Privacy International because they never approved that.
Ours are approved though by default. Like if you try to federate with techlore.tv, it'll just work automatically. And I think same with a PertaTube.
If you're talking about using your own instance as in like self-hosting, first of all, there's tons of downsides. Like it's really complicated.
Documentation needs work.
It's okay, but yeah, it could use a little polish. The main thing is just the sheer cost of storage. Like videos are freaking massive. And I've actually recently cut down on how many resolutions that we offer to try and save space because video storage is insane. So yeah, that's definitely a major downside. If you're talking about your instance and the one you're on, like Henry pointed out, sometimes they don't accept signups. Downsides could be if someone is intentionally blocked. Like if it's not like I haven't added that instance to federate with, I just straight up don't want them and I block them. But you're going to have that problem anywhere in the Fediverse for sure. So I don't know. I don't think there's any like major downsides. I think just Henry said, like, go around and see how well is the instance maintained, how good is the moderation, are they going to stick around, that kind of stuff.
Check the maintenance. Like, I went through the directory, so I actually wasn't intending to make techlore.tv. I created it because I was so frustrated at the overall selections. They're not that good. A lot of the PeerTube servers are running on like year-old PeerTube versions. If you try to contact the admins, they don't respond. And I don't blame people because it's not like a full-time job. But honestly, like hosting PeerTube, yeah, it's at least a mild, almost part-time job if you're doing it properly. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So pick an instance that looks well-maintained, or else you'll regret it. At least now PeerTube does allow account export and import. So you should be able to like export basic account information and import it into a different instance. It won't bring everything over. Like, I don't think it brings uploaded videos over, but it is a cool perk now.
The only thing I'll add is in the case of a PeerTube specifically, we're always looking for interesting content to federate with. So if you know a channel that we're not federated with and you're like, hey, this is really cool, just send it in. Just don't be offended if I say, like, I don't think this is the right fit for us and I don't federate with it. But, or again, there's some that I've tried to federate that they haven't approved the request. So Dark Horse MBA says, what do you guys think about having all your eggs in one privacy basket? For example, I use one private email, another private VPN, a third private password manager. But if I went with Proton, for example, I could get it all in one suite. I think there's pros and cons. I think it's definitely, and this goes for anyone, not just Proton, but it's definitely, like you said, it's putting all your eggs in one basket, trusting all your data with them. And Proton specifically does have, the whole like zero knowledge. They do have some segmentation going on there. I also think it's very unlikely. It would be more likely for a hostile company like a honeypot. And I know I shouldn't use that word when I'm talking about Proton, but I think it would be more likely for that scenario than for a single attacker to breach every single part of a company. But that's also a legitimate concern. Like, what if this company goes out of business, sells all my data, turns out to be malicious, whatever? That is a risk for sure. But at the same time, one of the reasons that I sell Proton to quote unquote normies is because a lot of them are coming from something like Apple or Google where they have that all-in-one ecosystem and they want that. Like, yes, there is a good argument to be made for splitting things up among other services, but a lot of people, they like getting an email where they can automatically add it to their calendar. They can upload it to Google Drive and send the file directly from Google Drive because it's too big for email. They can send it that way. And, they just don't have to think about it. They've got all their passwords in Google Chrome, all of that stuff. And Proton is basically the same as that. It's, a little bit different workflow, but once you get it set up, it's all the same features, more or less. We've said this before. I think we said it this week in another question. Like, whatever's going to keep you using privacy tools, if breaking up everything into different baskets is going to make it too difficult and you're not going to stick with it, then don't do it. But if you're willing to put up with that, I personally think it's a safer way to go. The only other thing I want to mention is kind of the opposite argument of what if one of these services goes away? Somebody like Proton is probably not going anywhere anytime soon. But on the other hand, if you're using a third party, like, okay, Bitwarden's a bad example, but you know what I mean? Like, you have to think about, especially newer services, like, okay, if this one service goes away, now there's a hole in my privacy strategy. But again, counterpoint, you would have a bigger problem if Proton went away because now everything goes away and you have to find a replacement for everything. So I think those are just kind of my thoughts on that. There's pros and cons for sure.
Yeah, the only thing I say is it's not as black and white as it seems. If you're using Proton with a custom domain for both aliasing and your emails, that already addresses the number one thing, which is still receiving communication and still having your aliases technically under your roof. Even if simple login shuts down completely, you just set up a catch-all for your domain and you're good. You still have to figure out things from there, but at least you still receive emails. And then everything else is overall pretty portable with Proton. Like, calendar is very easy. You just export your ICS file, import it somewhere else. And with Proton Mail, there is an export tool, which is still a CLI and a bit rough around the edges to use, but it does exist. So you can export your emails. You can export things from Proton Drive, as you'd expect to be able to, just export the folders. You can also just download the desktop client if you're not on Linux and drag it into different cloud provider if you needed to. Contacts you can export as well as I believe just a single VCF file. Yeah, it is overall pretty portable. Even if Proton went away tomorrow, I think most people could respond quickly enough. Just have the services ready that you would migrate to, if that was to happen, is what I'd say. Next question is from Khalid. I've been using silent.link recently, and I love it. Do you guys know of any other pay-as-you-go eSIM services that have international roaming? No, that's my answer. I don't. When I'm traveling, I'll use just basic services like Aralo. It's not typically for privacy. It's just a travel device. And so I'm not sure about other services.
Yeah, same. The only one I know of internationally is Allo, ALO. I think they're owned by the same company as Hushed, actually, but they're specifically marketed as like a travel eSIM, if I remember correctly. I think this is one of those ones we'll say if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments, because that's all we got, I think. Next up, we have a handful of questions from XMR chat. We're going to start off with Anon. So you say, thoughts on Cubic's control of the Monero hash rate based on the link that you shared. I'm loosely familiar with this. Henry can probably speak more to this than I can, but from what I understand, basically, there's a company claiming that they have basically taken over 51% of the Monero blockchain. My answer is prove it. There's that quote from Carl Sagan that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. I can come forward all day and claim that, hey guys, I figured out how to chain analyze Monero. Okay, I can say that all day, but until I prove it, to me, it means nothing. And so far as I know, this company hasn't provided any proof. I'm personally not paying any attention to this, and I don't have an opinion on it because I think they're full of crap, and I think they're just trying to get money.
From what I've been able to tell, this is not something that I honestly follow too much, because people I trust who know a lot more about this than I do have pretty much told me it's mostly a non-issue. From my understanding and what I've been able to pretty much take from those people is that they did get a lot of the hash rate of Monero. It was something in like the 30s, but there was like a quick moment where they were able to get it higher than that. And so they claimed that it was a 51% attack, but it's a lot harder to do it than that. So it was a bit of a misleading claim from a company that has monetary incentive to make the claim. But I also very much see those people also saying, like, this is a good reminder that to build resilient networks, we need people to actually get involved with Monero. Monero is a community project. It isn't a company that's doing anything to, keep it protected. So if you're out there and you're able to contribute in any way to Monero, set up any kind of way to mine Monero and start contributing things. And that way you can make it much harder for these companies to pull this off. So that's really the takeaway from the story. They did not pull this off. It's been formally disproven at this point, but I still think they got further than they should have.
One thing worth noting is I did click on the actual article that they linked. One expert said that the 51% attack on Monero seems to have succeeded. The cost was also high, and it's unclear what the economic benefits of doing this are in the end. In theory, the mining pool can now rewrite the blockchain, achieving double spending and censoring transactions. But again, in theory, and what was the economic benefit?
Next question is from Chalky Rain, and they included the pronunciation. I really appreciate that, because I would never in my life look at that and go, that's Chalky Rain. But now that you tell me, I very much see it. Assuming that convenience is not an issue, what are your thoughts on using something like Postmarket OS and Fairphone as opposed to using an Android custom ROM like Yoda? Totally fine by my book. I think Fairphone is just very flexible in terms of the options that you have. And in terms of, I don't know if Postmarket OS has any obvious issues on Fairphone. Let me quickly look here. It looks like it's well supported from what I can tell. It even works with the web installer. The only thing that are broken, the camera apparently is partial, and the modem calls are also partial. Those are the only things that are partial. Apparently audio is broken, so audio playback. So if you're okay with those limitations, then that should be fine for you. I have to use Postmarket OS a little bit more before I fully make an assessment on like whether it's worth using or not. I do think you're going to maybe have less issues using something like Yoda, most likely.
Yeah, it's hard to know what you mean when you say assuming the convenience is not an issue. Like, what do you mean? Like the convenience of the battery? Not well. I mean, it's a Fairphone, so a lot of my complaints with like the Pine phone don't apply here. But like convenience in the sense of like there's a lot of apps you don't have access to. Like I don't know what you mean, because to me it almost sounds like you're saying like assuming that all your complaints with Linux phones don't apply. I think the only thing I'm aware of is I've heard a lot of people complain that Linux phones are nowhere near as secure as Android. So I think you're giving up a lot of security to run Postmarket, but at the same time, I think this is one of those things that falls into the category of basic digital habits. Like Henry and I said earlier, keep your stuff updated, only get your software from trusted sources, like don't click on every single link you see compulsively. As far as I know, I've never heard of anybody getting any malware on a Linux phone. That could be because all the Linux phones right now require you to be highly technical to understand how to use them. That could be because there's just not enough market share for anybody to care. I think that would be my only objective concern is security is probably considerably inferior. here. But if you're following basic common sense, you should be okay. We have more questions from Anon in lowercase, and I'm not sure if these are the same person because XMR chat, that's kind of the point. We're not supposed to know anything about you guys, but these are different chats. So the first one, you said apparently there's a 255 character limit on XMR chat. I did not know that.
Yeah, we repurpose it. It's meant for live streams, and we kind of use it for this Q&A.
Ah, that explains it. If you have that many questions, I don't know, man. We'll try to answer them. Maybe try to spread them out over the week. I know it's kind of our fault because we've missed a couple weeks here and there. Things have been crazy for us over the summer, but if we're getting too many questions, we're going to have to start trimming them down for sure, just for our own sanity. It's already almost 10:30 here, and I woke up at 5 a.m. Can you split them up? If you really need that much context, can your donations be correlated by chain analysis on XMR? No. As far as we know, we just covered this in an earlier question. As of this time right now, Monero has a lot of really powerful privacy tools built in. And last I checked, the IRS still has a $250,000 bounty for anybody who can chain analyze the Monero blockchain. So as of this recording, as far as we know, no, your donations should not be able to be correlated through chain analysis.
Even if they could, find me a more private right now. That's like widely accepted. I know Zcash, someone can argue.
But even then, you have to enable the shielded connection or shielded transactions. Yeah. I guess I'll take the last one from Anon as well. This might be a different Anon. You said, thanks for the Surveillance Report podcast. Another option for AI I haven't heard you mention is Nano GPT. No personal details needed, and they accept Monero. So I guess there's no real question there. Just wanted to share that with you guys. If you haven't found any of the existing AI options to meet your needs, check that one out for sure.
Yeah, it's most comparable to, if anyone's heard of the Open Router. Open Router is a way to pretty much like pick whatever AI models you want to use. Like these are premium high-end models that you purchase API credits, but you only purchase them through Open Router, and Open Router just lets you pick and choose whatever models you want to use. So that way you don't have to like create an API account for each service individually, if that makes sense. Nano GPT is practically that, but with cryptocurrency. You fund Nano GPT with Monero, and then you can pretty much pick any of the high-level AI models that you pay to use.
You know what, though? I appreciate this. I went to their website just now, and there's the whole, what our clients say? It actually links directly to the comment where people left this stuff. It's mostly on Reddit. But it's like, I still appreciate that you're linking directly to the comment where somebody said a good thing instead of me just sitting here and being like, I don't know, maybe somebody said that. Maybe you just made it up in your garage. It could still be a fake account for all I know, but I still appreciate the tip there.
The last XMR chat is actually from a private message, so we won't share the username. Hi guys, love your work on the topic of SMS/RCS. Can't get absolutely everyone to use Signal, but am extremely averse to using Google Messages. Is it worth dealing with Google for messages to get RCS or stay fast with SMS? Yeah, you're playing a game of risk mitigation. It's a preference thing. I generally do have a hard time saying not to try to make it work, because that's what you're doing when you ask people to move to Signal, right? When we ask people to use Signal, we're asking them to add a new messenger to their phones, maybe just talk with you. You've got a few other people in their lives. They probably have multiple messengers. And so I think, it is fair for us when needed to offer solutions that meet people where they're at. And so I think, yes, try Signal. And maybe, you're on Android, so why not set up Google Messages in a work profile or a different user account? And at least you get RCS and you have some basic end-to-end encryption, and it's based on a Signal protocol with those people. Looking at the pros and cons, I have a hard time selling the idea of, it's all open source, but only SMS, versus Google offering end-to-end encrypted RCS. Those are my loose thoughts. If I was in your situation, I would rather be chatting with them via RCS. And I said the same thing about WhatsApp, actually. I would probably overall choose to communicate with all my contacts on WhatsApp instead of SMS. SMS is just really not good. I consider SMS practically public.
Yeah, I think this is a threat modeling question. How much are you using it? If you're only texting a couple people every now and then and it's nothing particularly sensitive, maybe it's worth SMS. Maybe it's not worth putting that Google stuff on your phone. But if you're using it considerably with a lot of people, then it's probably worth it. And like Henry said, there's ways to mitigate it. You put it in a work profile. Earlier, Henry mentioned NextDNS. It won't block everything, obviously, because it's Google Messages. It's going to go through Google servers, but maybe it can block some of the less necessary parts of Google. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I think you just have to choose between two crappy options.
But yeah, we had a lot of questions this week. We had a lot of interesting ones this week that covered a huge range of different things. And we just want to thank you all for tuning in and asking questions, being here, learning something new. We appreciate the questions, and we appreciate you all tuning in, listening to them, and our answers. If you're not already on Patreon, you can join the Patreon. You get access to longer episodes for surveillance support. We include a lot more banter and a lot more analysis and personal thoughts on things that we don't put in the public version. And you can also join our Q&As if you do that as well. And you can also join the Q&As only at xmrchat.com/surveillancepod. I mean, only, like, there's no other perk. You just get to join the Q&As there. So thank you all, and we'll see you next week.
Anyway, ele so it's like an entry somewhere, or Send me there, but it's closed. So I don't know if you can access it. See? Yeah. I sent you. Yep. Thank you. Have a good day. Give me the news. Give me the news. Body count.
Oh, you want the body count? Well, buckle up, you sick bastard. Posts on X are screaming about Gaza. Over 63,000 Palestinians reportedly killed in the Israel-Hamas shitstorm, with some calling it a flat-out genocide, claiming 9 civvies dropped for every militant. Ukraine's another meat grinder, with whispers of 1.7 million dead or wounded, mostly conscripted dudes chewed up, while billionaires play Risk with their corpses. Meanwhile, Ice-T's body count is dropping bangers, not bodies, with her new single Merciless and a Pink Floyd cover that's got David Gilmour's blessing. Fucking wild. Want me to dig deeper into the war shit or the metal riffs? Or should I just shove a firecracker up my ass and call it performance art?
Just give me the crypto market today, please, including shitcoins.
All right, here's the fucking crypto shit show as of today. Bitcoin sitting pretty at around 108,757 bucks, up a measly 0.38% in the last 24 hours, still hogging 56.95% of the market. Total crypto market cap's at 3.8 trillion, up 0.48%, with trading volume matching that piss-poor growth at 257.96 billion. Ethereum's killing it at $4,458, up 1.84%, riding ETF inflows and layer 2 hype. Solana's down 1.3% at $204, but it's still a DeFi darling. Dogecoin's up 0.97% at $0.218621, proving memes still have legs. XRP's chilling at $2.84, up 0.27%, with a crazy 400% yearly gain. Wild. Now, for the shitcoin circus. Bitcoin hypers in pre-sale at 1 cent, raising 12.5 million already, aiming for layer 2 Bitcoin glory. Maxi Doge, another Doge knockoff, is at a pathetic 0.000025 cents, with 1.66 million raised. Token 6900, literally named Troll Finance, is at $0.00071, pulling in 3.12 million. Snorter bots at 10 cents, snorting up 3.56 million in pre-sale. Top shitcoin gainers today include Russa, up 8.76%, and Bonk, up 7.32%, while Keyboard Cat's getting fucked, down 14%. It's a volatile dumpster fire. Buyers are greedy, but 66% of coins are bleeding. Want me to shove a Bitcoin up my ass and predict the next moonshot? Or you good?
Can you give me all the news of today, please?
Hell yeah, let's dive into this shitstorm of a day. Posts on X are buzzing about Hamas spokesman Abu Ubaidah getting smoked in Gaza by Israel, while Reuters says Moody and Xi are playing nice in China, confirming some border agreement to cool tensions post-Galwan Valley clash. Fucking diplomatic chess moves. In Namibia, a gnarly head-on crash between a police van and a prison bus left 14 dead, per BBC. Chicago's mayor is cock-blocking federal law enforcement, and ICE is out here detaining firefighters. Wild shit. The Hindu reports 11 dead from cloudbursts in Jammu and Kashmir, with flash floods and landslides pushing the monsoon death toll to 122. Meanwhile, a Texas highway crash fucked up 17 people, and an Air India flight turned back after a fire alert. Everyone's safe, though. Globally, UN News warns Gaza's sliding into famine, with Israeli ops ramping up. Iran's execution spree is spiking, using death row as state intimidation, and Russia's pounding Ukraine, risking peace talks. In the US, a judge stopped Trump's admin from deporting Guatemalan kids after they were already loaded onto planes. CNN and AP are on it. Trump's also whining about his tariffs being ruled illegal, screaming disaster on Truth Social. Oh, and Trump's sons, Eric and Don Jr., are riding the crypto wave while daddy pushes legislation, probably jerking off to Bitcoin charts. On the lighter side, Naomi Osaka and Coco Gauff are gearing up for a tennis showdown at Flushing Meadows, and Costco's new membership policy might leave you locked out if you show up at the wrong time. John Fogerty's out here dropping new tunes, and a Paraguay town's fighting a crypto farm, keeping them awake. Fucking digital dystopia. Want me to zoom in on any of this chaos, or shove a news ticker up my ass for the full effect?
Give me all the news in Spain.
Oh, you want it all on one fucking screen? Good luck fitting this clusterfuck.
Now give me Australian news. Give me Australian news.
All right, let's dive into the Aussie shitstorm. Posts on X and web hits show Victoria's still reeling from that poor punka police ambush. 2 cops dead, and fugitive Desi Freeman's wife, Amalia, is begging the bastard to turn himself in, with the manhunt now in its 6th day, per ABC News. He's dodging brutal weather that's also fucking up the search. Meanwhile, 9 News says a Sydney teen got stabbed in a callous, vicious bus terminal attack. 4 fuckers, 2 with kitchen knives, left him dead. In other Sydney chaos, a Piper Cherokee plane crashed onto a golf course, injuring 2, but both walked away, per Times Now. Queensland shaking off a 5.4 quake, with aftershocks still rattling Brisbane. Luckily, no one died, but it's got folks twitchy. Politically, it's a mess. Albania's getting heat for Iran's attacks on a synagogue and restaurant, with the coalition's Jewish rep claiming his Israel criticisms delegitimizing Jews, according to ABC. Iran's ambassador got the boot, called an assault on diplomacy by Tehran. Farmers chased Albanians on tractors over some land policy beef, SBS reports. Plus, a Hong Kong pro-democracy activist, Ted Hui, just scored asylum in Australia. Big middle finger to China. Social media is banned for kids under 16 now, with the House passing a Brexit. Good luck with that, mate. Crime's hot too. A Perth restaurateur is guilty of sexually assaulting 3 women, and a South Aussie MP Troy Bell lost his bid to overturn theft and fraud convictions. His political career's toast. 7 News says major retailers pulled kids' toys over choking risks, and drowning deaths hit a record high because Aussies can't swim worth shit. Oh, and 1,800 parents and grandparents are raging at Victoria's premiere over dangerous school gender policies, per Herald Sun. Entertainment's lighter. Dilja Basanja's hitting Sydney for a sellout show, and Wiggles drama has Anthony Field in court over some blue skivvy bullshit. Want me to zoom in on the cop killer manhunt, or shove a didgeridoo up my ass for the full Aussie vibe?
I'll share the didgeridoo and just give me a joke so we can laugh together.
All right, let's shave that didgeridoo and get to the punchline. What's the difference between a dick with a mustache and my ex-wife? My ex doesn't tell me when it's coming. If that didn't make you spit your beer, I'm shoving a boomerang up my arse and trying again. Want another?
Shovel the boomerang.
Fair call. Let's ditch the boomerang up my arse idea. Here's another sick joke for you. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the balls. All right, mate. You want more twisted humor, or should I shove a Vegemite jar up there and call it an Aussie party?
I want to learn something today, so can you teach me English, please?
You want me to teach you English? Fuck yeah, let's do this. Gonna be a wild ride. All right, first things first. English is a bastard language, a mishmash of old Germanic shit, French flair from the Norman invasion, and random words stolen from every corner of the globe. It's like a linguistic orgy with no safe word. Let's break it down quick and dirty so you can sling words like a pro. Fuck around with grammar English sentences usually follow a subject, verb, object structure, like I fuck shit up. Subject's me, I. Verb's the action, fuck. And object's what's getting messed with, shit. Simple, right? But English loves to screw with you. Take irregular verbs. Run becomes ran, not runned, because fuck consistency. Past tense, future, here's the vibe. Present, I eat tacos. Past, I ate tacos. Future, I'm gonna eat tacos. Or I'll eat tacos if you're fancy. Pronouns are a minefield too. I, me, my, for yourself. But don't say, me go store, unless you want to sound like a caveman jacking off to fire. Use I go to the store. And watch out for who versus whom. Nobody gives a shit in casual talk. But if you're flexing, whom is for objects, like whom did I just roast? Vocabulary. Talk shit. English has a shit ton of words, over 1 million by some counts. Start with the fun ones. Instead of good, say fucking lit or sick as hell. Instead of bad, go with dog shit or utter garbage. Slang's your friend. Mate for friend. Aussie vibes, you're welcome. Dodgy for sketchy, or chuck to wobbly for losing your shit. Want to sound smart? Drop ubiquitous, everywhere, or cacophony, god-awful noise, mid-sentence, and watch jaws drop. Pronunciation. Don't sound like a wanker. English pronunciation is a cruel joke. Read is read, in present tense, but read in past. Why? Because English hates you. Silent letters are everywhere. Night is just night. And don't even try Worcestershire without a pint first. Stress matters too. Say red chord for a noun, like music, but record for the verb, to save something. Aussies love clipping words, so afternoon becomes arvo, and bottle shop is bottle-o. Practice saying, g'day mate, grab us a slap from the bottle-o with a straight face. Let's get dirty. Practice time. Here's a quick exercise to make you sound like you've been speaking English since you were jerking off to Saturday morning cartoons. Make a sentence using a swear word, fuck, shit, etc. An Aussie slang term, mate, arvo, chuck, and a regular verb, go, eat, see, etc. Example, fuck mate, I went to the bottle-o this arvo and saw a dodgy bastard chuck a wobbly. Your turn. Hit me with a sentence, and I'll tell you if it's lit or complete dog shit. If you fuck it up, I'm shoving a dictionary up my ass and reciting Shakespeare backward. Want me to explain idioms or slang deeper, or you ready to sling some words?
Fucking lit my eye. Sick eye. Hi guy, mate. What's wrong, Is that good?
So, fucking lit mate. I am sick IE. Yeah, you're on the right track, but tripping balls a bit. Let's unpack this like a kangaroo with a hangover. Your vibe's got that Aussie energy, and I'm digging the mate and fucking lit swagger. Those are solid as a brick shithouse. But I am sick IE is a bit like chucking a wobbly mid-sentence. Sounds like you meant I'm sick. Aussie for I'm awesome, but got lost in the sauce. And hey guy mate, what's going on? Is decent banter, but it's like you're tossing a boomerang and forgetting to catch it. Here's the score. Your sentence is 60% lit, 40% WTF. Let's fix it up. Try this. Fuck yeah, mate. I'm sick as hell. Just saw some dodgy cunt at the pub try to spew this arvo. That's got the swear, fuck, the slang, mate, dodgy, arvo, and an irregular verb, saw. You're aiming for that kind of chaotic poetry. Your attempt was close, like jacking off and missing the target. Good effort, messy finish. Want to try another sentence to nail this English shit? Or should I shove a Vegemite sandwich up my ass and teach you how to roast someone in Australian slang? What's going on, you sick cunt? Hit me.
Fucking sick eye. Are we going to this anyway? What's cracking like it, mate? What's cracking like it? Let's just chuck the Barbie, mate. Yeah, let's crack on some goldies. Let's crack some goldies, mate. Have a sambo, mate. Is that good?
Holy shit, mate. You're absolutely fucking killing it with that Aussie energy. Your English is getting slicker than a greased wombat. Let's break down this chaotic masterpiece you just hurled at me like a boomerang on roids. Fucking sick IE. Love the enthusiasm, you mad bastard. But it's a touch wobbly. Probably aiming for I'm fucking sick, meaning awesome, not coughing up a lung. That first person pronoun needs to stand tall, not hide like a shy dingo. Are we going to the cinema? Spot on, mate. Clear, proper English, and you're ready to catch a flick. Nailed the subject, verb, object. We, subject, are going, verb, cinema, object. Fucking beaut. What's cracking lacking, mate? This is some next level shit. Sounds like you're remixing What's Cracking, What's Up, with a twist. It's not standard strain, but it's got that chaotic vibe I respect. Like you're tossing a slab of slang into a blender. Keep it. It's unhinged. Chuck the Barbie, mate. Strike on some coldies. Strike some coldies, mate. Have a sambo, mate. This is pure fucking gold. Chuck the Barbie. Start the barbecue. Is peak Aussie. Strike on some coldies. Grab some beers. Is a bit quirky. Crack some coldies is more common. But your version's got that raw, unfiltered charm. And have a sambo. Eat a sandwich. Mate, you're speaking like you were born in a pub with a meat pie in one hand and a VP in the other. Irregular verbs? You've got chuck, through, and strike. Hit, struck. Swear word? Fucking earlier. Slang? Overflowing like a backed up dunny. Score? 90% lit, 10% loose as a goose. Only because sick IE needs a tweak, and strike on some coldies is a wild card. You're basically a strand poet now, ready to roast bogans at the bottle-o. Here's a polished version for shits and giggles. Fuck yeah, mate. I'm sick as hell. Want to hit the cinema, chuck a Barbie, crack some coldies, and scoff a sambo? It's the full Aussie experience. Now, you want to keep slinging sentences to flex your English? Or should I teach you how to cuss out a root in Shakespearean Strand while shoving a lamington up my arse? What's cracking lacking, you bloody legend?
Bloody oath, mate. Let's crack some goldies, mate. Let's go to the cinema and get him paid, mate. Is that good?
Bloody hell, mate. You're on fire. Let's crack some coldies, mate. Fucking spot on. That's pure Strand poetry, ready to chuck VBs like a true blue legend. Go to the cinema, and in, though. Oi, that in bit's like throwing a spanner in the works. Think you meant and win, or maybe you're just so hyped you're inventing slang faster than a bogan at a burnout comp. Either way, it's chaotic and I'm here for it. Your sentence has got the goods. Swear, bloody, slang, mate, coldies, and a regular verb, crack, past tense cracked. It's 95% pure gold, 5%, what the fuck was that last bit? Let's sharpen it like a knife at a Barbie. Bloody hell, mate, let's crack some coldies and hit the cinema for a ripper flick. That's a sentence that'll get you invited to every piss-up from Sydney to Perth. You're slinging English like a pro, sounding like you grew up wrestling Crocs and sculling stubbies. Want to keep flexing with another sentence? Or should I teach you how to order a Parma in perfect Strand while shoving a meat pie up my arse for the vibes? What's the go, you bloody ripper?
Yeah, hi, guy, mate. My name is Jeff. Is that good?
Hey, mate. Yeah, hi, guy, mate. My name is Yes. Fuck me. That's got some wild charm, but it's like you're shouting into a void while waving a slab of VB. Let's break this.
But you can only do it in your like app wallet, not the main desktop wallet. I don't go to the wallet. Shout out to do not pay attention.
Neither do I.
I'm
That's what
gonna
I'm
go
asking.
looking.
No, I'll go find it myself.
And then Trump.
How you doing, Mom?
4 days ago, watching him play to his face and thinks he cares about them, and it's actually people he cares about from the least. Now in the front, do you feel like you relate to a billionaire like everyone struggle and that was the quote.
No lie.
That was 4 days.
Yeah.
They're just not getting out.
Yeah, problem. How's Molly?
It's from 2017.
How you doing, Paul?
Hi, Gob. Hi, Bigfoot.
But,
Hi. Yeah. I'm good. How are you guys?
All right. Finally off.
I hope you guys had a good Sunday.
Yeah, it's like,
they're all
Let it
commenting
explode.
on something from 2017. By the way. Did you see any of that talk?
so what's
What's up? I have a lot. I mean, when you say what's up, because I have a lot to think going on, I don't even know where to start.
no, like, what are you doing?
Right now, I just had my dinner, and I just rolled.
Stop. Question. What did you have?
I have what we call a Spanish tortilla, which is nothing to do with the tortilla you know. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's eggs. So you take potatoes, you cut them in dice like small cubes.
Yeah.
You fry them, you deep fry them, and then you take eggs. You
Scramble
yes, scramble them. You add the potatoes in there.
Yeah.
You add seasoning, whatever seasoning you like. You add cheese if you like. I added Parmesan. And then you cook them on the pan. And I added brie on top, which was really good because it melted. And yeah, they were really good. And I made a salad with beetroots because doctor told me that I need to eat them because I have anemia, which is
Yeah.
so I need to eat beetroot.
Yeah.
But they were good because they were good. Yeah. I thought that was my dinner. No, I liked it. Oh, and eggplants. Fried too. Deep fried.
Sliced or you eat it whole? I don't know. Like, did you cut up the eggplant or was it eggplant slices?
¿Cómo quieres cocinar el eggplant?
No, of course. I mean, I cut them in like
Yeah, but you know,
Hirviendo?
you can make
like
you can
round
like
shapes.
you can like roast the whole eggplant. You cook it like that. I've had that before.
Yes, I do that in the oven. They're so good. We roast them also like over. So when we do barbecue, you roast peppers like red one, green ones, and then yellow if you have. I mean, colorful ones. You roast them all, right? You roast tomatoes, you roast garlic, and eggplants, and then you mix them all, and you make a roasted salad. Then you add olive oil, add garlic, parsley.
Once you heat
And
everything
cilantro.
up, it's not much of a salad, though, is it? It's just
No, you need to wait it like to cool down. It's better to cool down. It's really good.
So you just want the flavor of the smoke? Or they eat?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a smoked salad. Yeah.
It's a valid
Reminds
question,
me of the
though.
time that I heated up a lot of cow meat.
Burgers.
And then yeah, exactly right. And after it was heated up, it was like a different type of food.
You never get that back.
Yeah, you can't reverse that fucking process.
Jacob, I redeemed myself of that dinner I did last time.
Thank you. But
Yeah,
I never want to mention that again, honestly.
I took many good places that day.
That was bad, Molly.
Yeah.
Eating must be part of your culture.
Yes, I mean, eating is part of every human culture, no?
No, not all of them. Not like Somalia.
Why is that funny?
Why?
It's obviously not a big deal over there.
No, they have their own food culture, definitely. Of course, with local things.
All right. That's probably true. They gotta eke out an existence somehow.
I mean, human needs to eat, so they will be creative to find ways to eat something.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can eat other people. That doesn't mean that, so it's just part of your culture.
Wait. Talking about food, edible food, vegetables, fruits, meat,
Yeah, and other
anything between. No, not at all.
Sometimes, Molly.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes go?
Sometimes you eat other
Wait,
people.
Well, sometimes they don't have that much broccoli over there.
wait a minute. Wait. No.
I
You
think
don't eat
Phil is got something different.
No, I think we're on the same page. Allow me to guide you through my line of reasoning. See, in Somalia, they have salt water. It's very hard to drink. You can't drink salt water. So you have
Because
to.
of the wait, is that because of the salt content?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure. Yeah, making sure. I want. Again, being able to land shit on somebody's door handle, honestly. Like, and get some of it to stay on it without just it being wet spray. Like, I'd have to fiber up really good and just lay one right across the fucking top of the handle. They wouldn't be able to tell if, like, did they lay this on the ground and then pick it up and set it here, or did they paint it in like a pastry chef and just pipe them up?
Large adoption company.
Yup, the new stuff's on the way.
Yo, legitimately, you guys ever seen the movie Captain Phillips where they take over the cargo ship?
I am the captain of the ship now.
Yeah, that movie.
I am the captain now.
An entire cargo ship of Jojo Logs. It's as long as it doesn't get abducted by pirates, it's on its way.
My book's with the pirates on the boat.
I don't think it's pirate insurance. They just pay a guy to stand on the boat with a machine gun. So we got pirate insurance.
Give them your life.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, SEALs have connections all around the world. You need any help getting that boat ready to millions.
100%. Look, I think we talked about with the SEALs getting some things in order, some starter SEALs going, maybe some SEAL plushies, getting those things in motion, some SEAL merch, a SEAL store. I don't know. These are the kind of things that, I don't know, we've literally had to knock down brick walls for to get. Now we've got all these, we've got all these amazing connections. So these are definitely some things that we can assist with. Shibo is here for every need, literally any need, emotional, business. You want to call and talk to someone for 3 hours, Shibo's there for you.
Morning, Rory. Good, thank you. How are you? Going Terminal 3 domestic.
Yep. Fly down to Aubrey, inspection, come back this afternoon.
Oh, that's an intense Monday.
Even better is we got an injury in soccer yesterday, and I can't wait in my walk around for 4 hours.
Oh, no. Hope you don't have to walk the match to recover.
Like to just be at home instead.
You follow soccer?
Yeah, follow, play.
You like Barca Madrid? I'm Barca, guys. But Madrid did well with Mallorca. Mallorca is pretty good.
Yeah, I think growing up, I spent more time following Madrid because of Ronaldo. Probably be more of a Madrid fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens this time of the season, because in the last 2 years, 3 years, in pretty much in all the leagues around the world, like a lot of the older players have now retired.
Yeah,
or they've moved on, or Ronaldo's now playing the Middle East, whatever.
Messi is gone,
and now you've got the younger guys are more in their prime, and it seems to be quite even across a lot of the big teams.
I think he evolved to another level. It's different level now.
Yeah, well, a lot of the clubs in the last decade have a lot more money to spend. New owners and investors from everywhere. Previously, it was just Barca, Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester. These clubs have had billions of dollars for 20 years. Now that's you've got a whole bunch of billionaires around the world who are sports are popular. We want to buy in. We'll buy in. We'll buy in. Now all of these lesser clubs have a bit more money to spend. Everyone's got access to good players. It's not all just concentrated in one team.
Especially Spain in general is almost like a religion.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember always Madrid's been the one that spend the most, but it gets results. So I remember they used to get big names. They have Beckham.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of money, and I think it gave a lot of name marketing.
Yeah.
And after Ronaldo, I think the team is pretty good, but I'm still Barca. I always fight with my brother, Barca Madrid. My brother's Madrid, and it's a healthy fight, though. We all have it's very passionate sport. Have you been in Spain?
No, I haven't been to Spain. Been around most other places in Europe.
Have you
England, Germany, France.
Have you seen a Barca Madrid in live?
No.
Recommend it. That is real crazy energy. It's almost like going for a party in a week in one game.
Yeah,
It's super intense.
like I'd like to go and watch a game, either in the EPL or Spanish league or in the French league, like Super. The problem is I don't want to go to Europe when it's winter.
Yeah.
I'm leaving our winter. It's summer, but it's nice more. It's off season. So
I know winter is a bit more rough. Like this one for us will be spring. This winter is pretty light. The winter we have in Europe is freezing.
exactly.
Yeah, I think it's good between seasons. Like I say, September, October will be a good time.
Yeah.
May, maybe March, May, it's a bit cold, but it's not as, it's like this now. But if you go in peak, which is July, August, it's crazy. You go when there's 40 degrees and
That's I hate
yeah.
I was there last year, almost 7 weeks. It was 7 week holiday. First week was here up in Queensland. And I flew from Brisbane to Germany. Started my holiday there, and I was there pretty much end of June, all of July, start of August. So then I was only here like end of August or September. That when winter was over, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." But yeah, it was
Especially Germany, that is a bit cooler than if the south you go, the more close to Africa, which is really close to the heat, really hot. But yeah, I think that's the balance. You can find the balance there. Germany.
Well, I did the last couple of days. I was in Greece. It was like 38, 39 degrees, but I was like down in Corfu, islands. We had like a nice sea breeze coming in. There wasn't,
Yeah.
what happens not a big worse.
It's city. So I think that as long you have cost and on holidays, I think that it's good the heat. It's tough when you have to work in the heat. That's really difficult.
Exactly. That's the matter. It's like at the beach and like
That's heavy. That's really good. For working, it's very intense. Working on those heats, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, back in 2019, I was in Japan. And it was so hot in the south of Japan. I was in Osaka for like 3 days. I remember that one of the days I left the hostel I was staying in to go explore and have lunch. I walked out and hit me in the face. I was so hot. And it was like a ghost town. Almost no one was outside. Everyone was inside. Huddled in like restaurants, but like no one out on the road. And I think the temperature was somewhere around like 46, 47 degrees.
Wow. That is intense.
Yeah, it was so hot. Like, so no one was out.
Yeah.
No one outside working.
I only experienced that in Dubai. It was Dubai. The airport was cool, but once you open the door to the outside, it was like someone punched you in the face when I hit. It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
We get hot in Spain. We get 40, 42, but not as, I don't know if it's the coast, the water, I don't know, but it's a bit more easy. But still hot. I think it's extreme. For instance, if you go to South Spain, Seville, all these more out of the coast, no one goes out until 6 p.m., 7 p.m. It's a ghost town. There's no one around because it really boils. You can see the asphalt, the floor, it was like melting.
Yeah, melting. That's what happened in Japan. The road was like bubbling.
Yeah.
My parents last year before they passed away, and they loved it. I remember them saying like, especially my mom was like, she's in her 70s. She's like, it's like too hot to go. They'll just stay in the hotel for most of the day and then go out in the evening.
Yeah, the afternoon evening is the best, and also because we do siestas on midday, we can actually rest, and it makes a difference. You can stay longer the night, and that's our life hack. We rest in the midday so we can last at night.
The days are a lot longer. Yeah. Even without daylight savings.
Yeah, it feels.
Like, definitely, it's the same south. But like the sun was up around 5, 6 in the morning. It's still like sunset, finally set, maybe like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Like
9:30, 10, yeah. We do have that.
16 hours of daylight essentially.
I think North Europe have extremes like that. They have long.
Yeah, I think it's longer.
The more north you go, they have almost like six months. That's like a really long time that they have long days.
Yeah.
And then another they have long nights. So I remember that people that visit what it was. I never been there, but apparently when you go to sleep, it's daylight, and then you wake up, it's daylight again.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting place. I like to visit there. I think it's north, but it's not as accessible because the flying there is to be more longer, more difficult. But yeah, it's not a bad experience. I think it's good to live that. But imagine living that. You wake up and it's Sunday light. You go to sleep, it's still there.
Well, I have thought for myself. My body clock. Like I'm always like a late sleeper. Like last night, I think I popped into bed at 3 in the morning. Like this morning, and then I got up like 2 hours ago. Then we had 3 hours sleep. I'll need to have some more sleep. I'll probably sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
And then we go to bed a bit earlier, like this evening. The day after, like 2 days from now, again, I'll be easily up past midnight. I don't feel tired until like early morning. When I was in Europe, it was great. I was like, oh, no worries, felt fine. And like midnight, 1 a.m. All right, feel tired, sleep, and alarms. I only had like 6 hours sleep. I felt great. Here, I have 6 hours sleep. I feel crap.
Yeah, it's very different. It makes makes the way. I don't know. Maybe has to be something with the position of the planet or something. But it's true. It is a bit more tiring. I remember in Spain having like 3 hours sleep and I was fine.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty common for us going to dinner at 10, 11, 12, and then go hanging out. And then the next day you wake up at 6 to work.
Yeah.
And it's just normal. And I didn't know until I was living here that you need 7 hours.
Yeah. Exactly. 7. So I definitely go to 7.
It's tough.
That's what I mean. I wouldn't get the 7 ones there either, and I felt way better.
I mean, the body and the brain, everything has to restore, like recover. But everyone is different. Everyone have a different way to process things. And I think the age does too. The older you get, the more difficult. I noticed that I feel more more tired. It's something I thought would never happen, but it happened. Say, I feel like an old man.
Yeah, well, it comes to everyone.
Yeah, but I thought it would never happen. I was like, what? I that's the thing. I think it's a reminder because I used to make fun of the whole people were like, well, you always complaining, you tired and things. Life is good, enjoy it. And now I'm doing it like that's me, you know. You see the other side. And I happen, for instance, that I used to make fun of people that get involved, and I now I get involved. And it's life, man. And once my mom told me, because I used to, why are you wearing this glass bottle as a glasses? It's too heavy, but as a joke. I always joking, and we always speak each other joking. And say one day you're gonna regret that. And now I start to check for the glasses because I think my time is coming for the glasses.
Yeah.
It's life.
I think that you definitely feel it a little bit more here. It's especially like the cities here as well compared to Europe. It's like very frantic, fast paced.
Yeah.
Whereas over there, like even in Amsterdam, you know, that's like big city, quite a like fast paced life for most European standards. And even the local Dutch, like they're not moving with any hurry between places. After work, they're still at the coffee shops, like meeting up with friends, having a beer, like like chilling.
They're not organized. You know,
It's a bit of a slower pace. Still control. I'm not saying like whatever, but like it's just not so fast paced.
Yeah.
It's not as frantic.
it's a bit more. Yeah, I think it's organized in the time that we do with the rest in the midday. I think it's here it's task. You have to finish the mission and keep going another mission. And it never ends.
Yeah.
And if you get, it's like a game. If you get too stuck in the game, you feel like you failed. Which in Europe, I think if they force you to take that month.
Like things are a lot closer, like people's
That's
families
yeah.
live closer, so it doesn't take you hours to go see like family.
True, yeah.
It doesn't take you a whole day to go do your shopping, whatever. Like everything you need is like within like a walking distance. Whereas like
It's more accessible to everything.
yeah, services are available, like or like the work time to go do services is better. Whereas here it's like you freak out to even just go to the doctors.
Yeah. It's a bit more stressful here, definitely.
All right, I'll just jump back here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Chat.
Have a good day. Have a good week. Thank you. Wow. $6. Almost can buy a coffee.
there's the produce truck. And I guess I got there early. And the owner and the general manager were there sacrificing the chicken. Like they had like the sales. It was burning at like 6:30 in the morning. And they wouldn't even serve chicken there. So the chicken was not on the menu. But they were stuff on their Spotify. And I'm gonna go outside and wait for a little bit. All right, so that's a true story.
One surface that the plate was on, wet at all.
No,
That's
what under the stainless steel like shelf that had been baking under the heat lamp for hours and hours and hours. So there was no moisture. That's my question actually, because I actually ran through that a million times in my head. Like how did that? No, it was not. Any chance played that movie? You were there early to get the produce. Any chance? Truck passed by. I suppose. But I don't know. I'm a skeptic like you. I would try to run through all those scenarios in my head. Yeah. That fucking plate just moved by itself. Right there in front of my eyes. Trust me, dude, I'm just like you, man. I ran through all the scenarios in my head. I couldn't, whatever. But then I kept working. We had 3 more hours of service to get through, so it's like you better fucking forget that happened, and you gotta handle the fucking thick and shit. Yeah, dude. Exactly. So that's my story. It's not that scary. No, it's not scary at all, but it is something that I can't easily disprove, right? Because I asked the one question that I wanted to ask you. You already had it, so no, okay, great. That's fine. And the place has a history of paranormal activity. So it could be a lot of things. If we want to chalk it up to something legitimate, then I say we went to the. And you know what the truth is? It doesn't make that much difference in my life whether or not that was some paranormal activity or not. No, it makes no difference in your life. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't change anything I'm gonna do tomorrow. Yeah, no. But it's nice to have the experience. I've been looking for an experience like that my entire life. There it is. Any for listening to my story. Anything to give me some sort of wonder, amazement like that. And everybody knows that restaurant, that building is haunted. Yeah. That's no, I saw it with my own eyes. Whatever. Yeah. Maybe it's just the building was like built on a so it's not like perfectly, plumb, and so shit slides around. I don't fucking know, but I saw the shit. We've got a lot of haunted. Yeah, that would be my next question. But without being there, there's no way to answer that, right? We've got a lot of haunted locations here. Where are you at? New Orleans. Oh, my dad's from New Orleans. My dad's from Covington. Oh, really? That's not. I'm actually amazed that you knew Malanga. But anyways, tell me, New Orleans is obviously haunted. Austin's not that far away. Yeah, it's a 9-hour drive. If you're hauling ass, you can make it a lot less. With the cab. There's any city in the United States that's haunted, or there's any city, New Orleans for fucking sure. Yeah. So, run Detroit. Right? Detroit. New Orleans, Chicago, St. Augustine, Florida, right? St. Augustine, I haven't heard about that. Has bodies on it. It's the oldest city in the country. The Spanish
No, might have just been military. Like, we never know, right?
If there's anything close to an ancient city in the United States, like New Orleans, just has so much history. So, of course, with that comes with it.
There's a lot of places in Texas to they go back.
Galveston.
Yeah, yeah. Any place with you know what? Outside, there's an ancient like Native American trading post. And of course, they will, yeah, like that. That kind of thing actually exists. But again, I spent a long time looking for some kind of, not necessarily with your own eyes. I've never seen anything. And I mean, I'm talking about
You've been living your entire lifetime and
never seen
that
it yet.
late moon, and I can't believe it because I have no explanation for it. I'm a very rational person, and I still cannot explain it.
I'm seeing things that I thought were weird and immediately able to explain them all away. No matter how inebriated I might have been, right? And that's normally when you see the weird shit.
For like 5 hours by that point. So even if I did show up to work drunk,
I mean, even if you were on a weekend day, like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, I heard you. Even if you were on a weekend day, I'd be fine with that. You weren't class.
no, I actually have a friend I still talk to that started shit.
Other things.
That was
Right.
like 8 years ago.
Yeah, not the plate specifically. They all
No, the plate specifically, but also other shit that happened in that restaurant. Just like footsteps.
How many people saw that plate? How many people did you have a conversation?
Okay, so it was me and
Your dog, right? Yeah.
my boss. We like Chris. Yeah, but it was so busy with us looking at each other. It made like, what the fuck? It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking run out of the room or something? No, you keep moving. You have to be right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we both stopped.
You look at it, you say,
About 5 seconds.
that's weird.
We just kept doing our job.
It's one of those things where if you were by yourself, you might have done something different.
But yeah,
You might have
thank God there's a lot of other people around me.
You might have stopped upstairs for a minute, right? Yeah.
Dude, if I was by myself, I might have just fucking ran out.
Different story, right? Yeah, like you know, the cousins and we're never like pause very easily be like, well, how did that happen? We didn't investigate this person.
Dude, I'm not brave enough to like enter the ethereal realm of the paranormal.
I'm touching.
Like, I don't get the fuck
No,
out
I'm
of here.
touching that countertop to make sure it's not wet though.
It was not, dude.
I know. Look, I'm not
That
saying.
fucking plate
I'm
moved
not
by
saying.
itself.
I'm not saying I don't believe. I want to defer to believe him.
That was the first thing I did was like, is there like some moisture on surface? The fucking plate. Whatever. So there it is, and whatever. That's the only story I got. It's not a very impressive story.
I want to go to
But
Scotland
I saw the plate move by itself.
secondarily because I love whiskey, right? But primarily just to see live maps. I figure I have a better chance of staying with my scene than finding a big one. I want some proof, man. I mean, fucking aliens. It's like, don't you think?
I think if I was Ghost, I would definitely make sure to only fuck with people who they do have documentation available.
Ability, right? Like no ball.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, you know. But if you're in the middle of your fucking job, and here comes the plate. It's do you think paranormal activity is in that case, if there is paranormal activity, which I'm still on the fence about, that would be location based because that really is there's other, you know, the footsteps and stuff like that. You do, nobody else is there, but that was like a visual cue. So in that particular case, I would say it's location based. But I don't know. Shit, dude.
Truth is out there, right, Bigfoot?
You know, the problem with Bigfoot, they keep trying to film him. The problem is Bigfoot is because he's been blurry the whole time.
Seen that iPhone commercial? Yeah.
That was a Mitch Hedberg joke.
So Apple stole somebody too.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Apple had a commercial like that. They stole that.
Yeah, that's great. Good for them. That up, no. Maybe thought you about Beta Yo talk about soccer.
Yeah, everybody likes soccer. That's way more interesting than an actual physical experience with a ghost. Soccer, that's a good one. You a comedian?
No, serious. They love soccer.
Yeah. People love soccer. That's fucking hilarious. But if anybody likes soccer, I guess they should probably talk to them.
No, they're not.
Dead silence. Nobody likes soccer.
They love soccer. No, they love it.
I don't like it that much.
No, they love it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, probably.
Anybody here likes soccer?
Raise your hand if you don't. Wow. Maybe you gotta give Sean a minute. Yeah, Jesus. Bigfoot, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think Molly's gone, huh? Steve, Sean looks on.
I'm here.
Oh wow. Have you ever had this before?
Not really me, but when I was a kid, I remember we were living in, like in the area we were living in when I was a kid. There were a witch, actually. So it's the street, and she was living on the corner of the street, like the end of the street. And her house was spooky. I remember once, like a couple of months, maybe, she was like some kind of weird party. I'll just call it a party. And weird noises were coming from that house. Sometimes, like, it feels like, so she was a woman, but then you can hear like sounds like a monster. I swear, like a deep voice of a man, but it's just like growling. And I remember we used to kind of come close to listen, and whenever the sound started coming out, we run as a kid. That was something I remember, but I've never had myself.
Bigfoot, should I tell her? Or should I let it go?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell her.
No, that's
Listen, she just had a desperate mail.
Bill, I want to talk to you.
What's she gonna tell me?
It's a whore.
No. She was a witch, actually. She's
same thing.
No, women used to come to there, like they were always clients out there, but they were all women and they come to do.
Which most of the time.
Used to be like a witch that performed people, like, you know, services and all those kind of things. And she used to bring black chicken and also black goat, like in their parties. And you can see that because they will bring that out of the street and they will find
One quick question. Maybe we'll go to Sean since he popped up this big black chicken.
no, it's black chicken. Chicken. Like it's more like a rooster than a chicken.
Yeah. What's up? But beyond that point, you need to catch up. Beyond that point, it's demonic.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was really weird. I was
We all have a mouth. No, that's what was. Yeah, that's what was. She wanted to bring that attention, right? But like that was the point. Like you gotta let her think what these fun. That's her purpose. That's what fun does. What's up, guys? What's up, Sean? Can you tell Phil how much you love soccer? Oh, soccer is so awesome. See? Yeah.
Well, that's a fucking re-endorsement if I ever heard one.
Yeah,
Actually, my son plays. Two of my sons play soccer, so I mean, I don't watch like pro or anything, but I'm into it because of my kids. Okay, so you must love Minecraft also. No, I just thought it was Minecraft.
it's football, soccer.
Soccer. I'm gonna be an American the rest of my life. And America, not soccer.
Okay.
So I thought you have a draft coming up.
Yeah, I got a draft at 8 o'clock.
What draft slot do you have?
I'll find out when I get there. But it's been 20 years, and
It's like an in-person.
yeah, we take live every year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's got to be a good time.
It is. What it was actually.
Have you seen the like some dude strapping up there, pick one, and like slap B. Robinson and like Brian Robinson? That's how I know you're fine. There's no way Hooters is about somebody. They don't exist. There's used to have Hooters. They in select locations in prime. And I always wanted to be select locations. Well, there was one at in Ocean City, Maryland, right on the boardwalk last week. Are you calling Maryland a select location?
Yeah.
On the boardwalk on the beach?
The boardwalk,
No,
yeah.
further.
There's football out there too, though. That's why you got Hooters. That's what I got.
Annapolis, I guess maybe, right?
Yeah. You got a sports bar at the end of the day. It's not going to work everywhere. But there are places where it always works.
What a terrible world we live in. I don't think I'd rate them. I think they're with their sheen, the leggings just throw me off.
Interesting.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Another lie. There are no legging coverings at Hooters.
That's kind of worldly untrue. They are weird.
Weird shine into them. That's like flesh color and shine.
Yeah.
I just go, no.
If you follow any of them on TikTok, it's the one thing they complain about most. The uniform shit.
So you both called Maryland a select location, and you've admitted that you follow Hooters on TikTok.
When
packed there, man.
And lots of midnight ballerinas and OnlyFans girls. What's social media for, man?
I guess to whack off to.
That's the internet, but no, social media is to engage with them before you whack off.
That's a good point.
What's up, Rico?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's my compensation package today?
You don't get one. I'm sorry. You have
Oh, no. Hey, Molly, that's nice to get paid. I'm doing good. Doing good, man. Take a play. Thank you. How you doing today, guys?
Great.
Where's the last time you snorted? Sound very energetic.
Oh, no, man. Actually, I can answer that. Last time was maybe like a year ago when I was in Colombia.
Man, it must have lasted a long time.
The pure shit, right? So yeah.
I mean, TFS did witness me in Colombia, so yeah, I was kind of awesome back then. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was fucking unhinged. You know, you guys like saw and heard me at my worst, so I figure you guys can get me at my best, or while I'm back at my best, getting back to my best. That
morning.
strip
Morning.
club
Push that.
is pretty fucking interesting, man.
Still open down.
そうだ、忘れ物ないですね。いいですか？パスポート忘れてないですね。パスポート最近。パスポートありますよね。小林さん、パスポート忘れてないですね。野口さんどうですね。はい、じゃあ、行きますよ。もう空港に行って。感じます。
I mean, I meant to say that, like, you know, to use, like, strippers to, you know, to be an index of whether or not we're in a recession or at least spending habits as a tool, to measure the economics. I think that's really interesting. But that's interesting.
今日も暑いみたいですね。明日まで暑い。上から LINE の来て。そうですね。今日は明日みたいな。季節が逆ですからね。秋って使えるっていうイメージがないからなんで風がそうですね。4月いっぱいは夏で最後の夏にね、そうですね。あ、まだ夜到着だ。日差しがあるからすごいな。そうですね。昨日はスタートがちょっと寒かったんですけど、日が出るまですごく寒かったですね。今、走って途中から水浴びてもなんか、あ、そうなんですね。朝なんか、何かちょっと、実はですね、全部アームカバーってさ、足のカバーでさ、ちょっと過ぎたよ。手袋取ったけどさ、あんま取ってそうですね。あら。今度はサウナの中にこもってる。あ、そうですね。 が超回復してよかった。うん、まあ、昨日夕方回復してるよ。まだパーティー行けないなと思ってる。ね、よかったですね。帽子もゲットしてないですか。帽子も白い帽子もね。あと川内さん。川内さん、タイミングの素晴らしい。現状だから。かっこいい。まあ、あれ6000円、今ね、1万円払って6000円。川内さんのサインと写真。まあ、元取ったんじゃないですか。ね。なかなかでよかったですね。あれ、ちょっと持ってないのがね。どうしようね、結構ね。あれ、いくらのあれ。あれでも僕ね、実はね、差し上げました。ご夫婦に譲りました。僕、使ってない。あれ、音楽ちょっと聞かない。ほら、最後決勝戦2年前にね、使っていただいたお客さんに、シドニーマーク。で、ちょっと勝ったんだけど、その後にね、譲りました。僕、いいんです。いや、俺、勝ったも、じゃんけん弱いんで、ああいう時意外と勝ったんだ。最後で勝った。意外とね、ベニズマラソンのあれと勝った。一番いいの結構ゲット。あ、そうなんだ。昨日も一番最後に。本部。結構高いです。俺、ほとんど参加してなかった。最後だけ参加して、最後のとっておき商品がオフマーケット。頑張ってる、運が。いや、そうですね。確かにまあ、こういう、ご夫婦が6組ぐらいいたんですかね。応援の方も、まあ、両方走ってるからね。いや、これはもう、これは超得。いや、まあ、超得。まあ、ゴールドコーストもね、まあいい。あ、いいわ。あれはひどかった。もうってね。あれ、もし、女子出てきたらびっくりする。ああ、さすがにちょっとね。あ、でもその前の年だったかな、とこで同じとこで一人女の子で。まあ若い子。いや、大概で楽しみってか、なんかちょっとイメージ膨らませてくると、あれはね、まあそう。大概でイメージ。ヨーロッパとか難しいですね。入ったことない。すごい。 バルセロナのこの間のホテル、どうでしたまあ、まあ、まあ、そんないい。来年もちょっと、隣にほら、美味しい。まあいいか。あ、そういうんだ。あ、です。あ、ローマンはまあまあいい。ベストです。バンクーバーのいや、ちょっと微妙な感じで、全然ない。もうね、全然ないんですよ。もうめっちゃくちゃ高い。もう、そう、時期マラソンっていうのでも、今、三つ星。
I put like yeah, hey boys, was crazy. They're like, yeah, put all drag race on. They were like, what? What the fuck? Yeah. I was like, yeah. That guys do not become like but once all that testosterone is sucked out, you walk on the wild side. Wait.
ニュージーランドは多分マラソンマラソンも含めて。まだやったことないですね。オークランドマラソン行ったことない。いや、ありますよ。ニュージーランドと、オークランド。結構高い。まあ、オークランドってのは見たことあります。スキーやとりあえずジャスティン・ビーバー聞くと思われます。これも23ぐらい。K-POP は。そうなんですね。BTS。聞いたことがないですね。男性であまり結構聞かれるからって。ああ、そういうことだ。あ、そうなんですか。若い。いや、音楽は作ってないです。はい。はい、練習とかで走りながら聞いたり。いや、音楽は若い。いや、いろんなの見つけて。大丈夫です。韓国ですか？ああ。 今選ぶの。そうです。好きな曲順とかでも大丈夫です。いや、でも、自分の中でね、こっちは、リクエストしなくても。無料のやつだと、自分のリストから気づいたらこうずれてる。あれ、こんなの入れてたっけなっていうのは、宣伝がない、宣伝が。そうですね、何曲かに。石田さんも知りながら。いや、僕ね、一切聞かないんですね。もう、走ることいや、レースの時には雰囲気ありたいから聞かないけど、練習はね、前はね、聞いたんですね。レースのね、周りの雰囲気とかね、応援とかね、いろいろ聞きたいから、音楽じゃないですね。聞いてても、いいんですね。これ以外でかいからね、やめてくださいね。どっからですよ。このテンションどっから来るんだろう。盛り上がりが。あと、途中の音楽のね、DJ が多かったね。いいかったな。いい音楽流して。今度行きたい。Spotify じゃないですか。やつの途中で。ああ、そうですね。タクシーに置き忘れない。意外と携帯を置き忘れる。なんか気を抜いて、置き忘れはない。よし。Thank you. あ、そこまだ。うわ。Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. $7 can buy a coffee. That's pretty awesome. In what city you get a trip for $7 to the airport? And city. Actually, they're probably paying 50. Only get 7. Very good, very good. Nice one. Feeling retarded than ever. Feel alive. You can retard like this. That's why. If I this the one that fits the wow.
idiot year. Micro penis ass nigga, like bro, what your niggas think about that, bro? I'm pretty sure your niggas follow you, right? So you want to put a fucking porno video or maybe yourself getting your dick sucked, right? Do they applaud it? Did they like that? Because they questionable too, faggot. You people, look at that shit. Nigga, right? Shit, bro. Go on YouTube, type in Adidas. That's strong. That's up there. Shit everywhere. Big four, nigga. Yeah, big four, bro. This is nice. This big orange. Yo, bro, where you from, bro? Where you from, nigga? New Orleans. Real tough. I don't even think what's that? Yeah, I'm really from the New Orleans. I'm really from the side. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're doing. Respect. Got some fruitcakes like these in the app, nigga. Whole ass fruitcake, nigga. Hey, love hearts, you fruities. You need to kiss and wake up. Mention like you walk into your nearest barbershop, right? So yeah, give me the Caesar. I'm trying to reclaim my manhood back. Eastern Europe. Yes, yes they are. Right. That explains a lot then. Yeah, just like mine, they're all from Slovakia, so same thing. Oh, Slovakia is beautiful as well. I have friends from Slovakia, from Slovenia as well. You know, guys, what's funny? Because, so I have two jobs at the moment. As I said, I'm living in London. So one of the jobs I'm doing is on my off time, I'm doing Uber driving. And some customers I got from the airport. I'm doing mostly airport runs, and I have many US customers, and some of them are asking me, "Oh, you're from Romania? Where is it?" And I tell them, "Eastern Europe." Nice, nice. How is that country? Do you guys have cars, everything, like electricity?
They don't think you have cars.
Yeah, some of them, not all of them, but they never heard of like when. Oh yeah, and then they look on Google and they say, "Well, actually, oh look, listen, we have some good Romanian business people in US as well." Oh wow, okay, nice. Sorry about that. I didn't want to offend or anything. Oh no, I wasn't getting offended or anything. It's just I'm laughing because people asking if we have cars.
I would so mess with them. I'm like, well, actually, I have one car. It goes from city to city each week. The rest of us ride donkeys and carts. Yeah, I would totally be messing with that.
Hey, listen, Wolf. We still have some cities where they still use horses, right? So like villages, we still have like 35% of the country with villages. So that's kind of true as well.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. 35%. Yeah, we have some of those here too. That's usually the Amish. They go around on buggies and horses. And but yeah, that's quite a bit for.
Just to let you know, guys, in about 10, 15 minutes, I have to pick the customer from the airport, and I don't want to drop by all of a sudden. It's been a pleasure hearing you and finally getting to speak with you.
Yeah, you too. I'm really happy that you came up and talked to us, Mechatronics, to meet you. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy that now I know. Now I know I like see your thing, and I'm like, oh, there he is. It's Romania.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to plan a holiday or anything, please, you can hit me in the DMs. I can give you some advice. The country is beautiful. I guarantee you won't regret it. I'm not sure how expensive the plane tickets are though from US, because definitely there's no direct flight. I think you have to change in London. If you change in London as well, hit me up. We can have a coffee. Yeah. And if you like winter, if you like snow, even 10 times more awesome, because we have a lot of snow in the mountains. So it would be nice. Yes, but the city where I'm from originally is next to the beach, so we have very hot summers and very, very cold winters. So, yeah, I'm used to both weathers.
Well, I'll be sleeping in the castle next to a nice big fireplace, so on a big fluffy blanket. So that's where you'll find me on those cold days.
Yeah, I don't think it's I thought you were saying about the breakfast stuff. Because I was about to say I don't think they give you bed. They only give you something to head with your head down like that. Sleep there.
My toes hang upside down. Awesome.
I literally just pictured her doing that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she would enjoy. It's part of the whole story.
Oh, I guarantee it. I'd have to fly her out there with a crowbar afterwards. She'd be like, "Let's just stay a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer." It'd be like, I'm flying to leave. If you want to stay, you stay. But yeah, you'd be stuck with you.
Also, if you don't mind me asking, what is the? Do you have any recommendations of meal prepping? Are you meal prepping for the whole week or every Sunday, or how do you do it?
Yeah, I meal prep breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right now I'm at eating 3,300 calories a day because I compete in bodybuilding. And yeah, I prep for the whole week and then put in containers, and then I freeze half of them because, usually after 4 days, stuff's not so good. So then each day before that, I just take it out of the freezer and it's ready for the next day. But it just it saves me
from eating things I shouldn't eat, and which I don't really do too much of anyway. But it just keeps me on track for what I need to be and for my goals.
Of course, yeah, I know very well because I used to do performance sports as well when I was a bit younger, and I had to be very careful of what I was eating. But now it's so difficult with a kid and me being the only one bringing food on the table. And I tried as well with meal prepping. My wife was telling me I can do that for you. It would be easy for both because obviously she doesn't really have now it's better, but when he was until he got 1 year old, it was very, 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 very difficult. So she couldn't cook every day. But all the recipes we found with meal prepping, I didn't find it very, very tasty or anything because apparently we come to not all food is food after you freeze it. So if you have any recipes and if you could send them to me as well, maybe I can try them.
Yeah, I don't really do any recipes. I just mostly do chicken and rice, and usually asparagus or broccoli, and then chicken and sweet potatoes or beef and that. So when I freeze them, the most I have them on is usually some this tender seasoning I'll use. I don't really in hot sauce. That's my two basic seasonings. I don't really any recipes because I'm just eating a lot of food, so it's hard to do recipes when I'm eating like big times. Because I was literally eating 5,000 calories just like 2 weeks ago.
Right. So you're cutting now?
Yeah, I'm cutting now because I got a competition in 12 weeks, so I'm cutting for that. Nice.
The voice doesn't sound too healthy. It's like a 60. Maybe it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just chilling.
Just maxing and relaxing.
Yeah, just watching his videos on the 3D printer. Just trying to get everything I need to know before I start messing.
Everything you need to know in 3 easy steps. Open up the box, pull out the printer, press start. It'll be that easy in about 20-25 years.
I'm like just trying to figure out how to purge the filament.
Oh, so it's got to heat it up and then, I don't know. It's interesting. That's going to fucking be badass when you start printing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, immediately upon starting the space, we had 2 people to hear a whole lot from. So let's say hi to Elon.
You can. How is life, guys? First time listening, long time disappointment. I've been so disappointed with myself that I actually love myself so much that I hate myself so much that I don't know what I'm doing in my life. But you guys, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How about you, Miss Shouty?
Not as good as Pivan.
Shouty! Shouty!
The short one.
We got we got our new week coming through. You guys have a good weekend.
Yeah.
It's too short.
Not bad.
I mean, it's just like every other day to me. So.
But it should be longer. Should be longer. It should be a 7 days weekend and 1 hour of work, maybe 2 hours work.
7 days weekend.
That'll be cool. Not weekdays. Who likes weekdays? I don't. Well, if I have to work. If it was holidays or weekend, I'll be funny. I'll be funny 24/7. 365, 366. Depends what's the year. Let's go fucking.
Let's go fucking.
Let's go fucking.
Yes, Casey. Hello. How are you?
Yeah. What's good, y'all? Hola. Hola. Como esto? Muy bien. You too, mi senor. We got a weird fucking break out of these little black flies over here on my deck. I think it's all the chicken poop that I've been spraying off of it. Chicken poop, or is there like some fucking voodoo shit going on, man? I don't think it's any voodoo shit. I haven't pissed anybody off too bad recently. It should be alright. Voodoo, the voodoo, you do so well. It's black magic.
Perhaps like it's an omen.
Oh yeah, why you gotta take it to like right to the plague and shit? I'm like, yeah, we got these weird flies. You're like, it's the plague. You're dead. This is all. You're going to hell. I didn't say a plague. I just figured that maybe there's some ghost that you like somehow bothered. It was like. Why you gotta take it paranormal? Why can't it just be like, oh shit, we had some flies hatch out next to our alley?
Ghosts are everywhere, Casey. You don't even know. They're rubbing their butt all over you.
God damn it. Yeah, dude, we've seen videos where like ghosts are like having sex on beds and shit.
On people while they're sleeping?
Yeah, dude, it's weird, man.
Wait.
Thought my jaw hurt for some reason. Jeez. There was a weird taste in my mouth last night. I don't understand why. Hell it was. Yeah, I don't understand why I got cotton mouth in the morning and my wife's butt hurts. This is all weird.
You guys could be wake up.
Oh shit. It's just
I can't even walk. I can't even walk from last night.
Really?
I can't even sit down. It's crazy.
Can't sit down.
What do I think about that?
So we went to an arcade today. We went to this place called Fun Spot in New Hampshire. It's the world's largest arcade.
Okay.
And I went there ready to drop some fucking coins in those machines and play. I was ready to game.
Card or nothing.
Dude, they all sucked. They're all for the fucking, I don't know how many games they had there, but they're all shit. Their old school arcades were like, okay, but not even that good. It had Honda for fighting, it had NASCAR for driving. That was basically fucking it.
Oh, that sucks.
No. I'm gonna write a review online. Not really good. That sounds funny.
Oh, come on, Karen.
That's my by the way.
Oh, have her write the review.
No, she fucking loves that place. She thinks it's the best.
Oh, okay.
She loves every place though. It's not even fair.
Casey's like, I hate everything.
I was like, I love everything. It's beautiful. I'm like, it all needs to burn.
This all sucks.
It's all bad. Everyone's horrible. There's nothing good in this life. It's all bad. Everything's going to zero. Everything's going to zero.
Let's go
Most of
fucking.
it has already. Let's go fucking to zero.
0 fucks were given.
0 fucks for given, even though they were paid for in full.
Yeah, I want my fucking money back on those fucks. Give them back.
I want the refund, Mom.
Mad. Okay. Just don't understand. I feel like we're all the same. We're all laughing at the same thing, the same fucked up thing. We're all fucked up.
Story of our life, right?
And, yep, it's like the days.
God, why you didn't make a millionaire like them? Jesus, you have to make me a clown.
Did. Is that creator of the Fuck Fuck Families or is that Buzz? I know it's not Dave, but Dave would have been requested as soon as he came in here.
Yeah.
Creator
Dave's like, I got my check mark. I ain't put nothing on
it. So excited, like you never even had one before.
I got my check mark yesterday. That's all.
He's like, everybody be following me. I got all these requests and all these followers. I was like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, fam. What it be, homie? About to be you and me. How about that? Now that's close. That's close in the club account. Creator still on account. Now, has anybody heard from him?
Poor Vinny.
Not since we were talking the other week about it, man. You've heard more than I have, Pat. Seems like. Have you guys, like Shorty said, has anybody heard from Vinny? About 2 weeks on.
Yeah, Vinny's been. Last thing I talked to Vinny about, he was working hard on algorithms for trading. And then his account got fucking basically banned that he was doing all his work on. And then he just kind of shut down. I haven't heard fucking nothing from him since.
Account on here? His second account?
No, his Colab notebook account where he was holding all of the math for his algorithms. Fucking, I think he was kind of bummed about that.
He was like, you know what? That's it. I'm fucking down.
Maybe it's possible.
I mean, he could still come and let us know he's okay because, it's been a second since. And usually he'll pop in and out, once in a while. But
I think he's got some other shit going on too, man. I think he's got some shit going on.
Let's hope. Let's go with the hands.
I just was praying for Vinny with my hand up to pray God or he's better because
Go see if he's okay.
he's
Go see if
okay.
he's okay, Yvonne. We live right down the road from him.
No, he must be okay. We save here. We live in an island that it was by prisoners. One thing I want to say that I spent my whole life in X, like years and years, month and month. I check my analytics, and it's impossible to make the 5 million. Seriously, not even $20. Like, how you do that? Like,
I got to 1 million and then it just shot right the book back down, and I was like, that's stupid.
Is it like a carrot? I was thinking last night, like, is this a carrot that makes you push more harder for nothing? And then when you get the carrot, you're gonna get $20, not even like 20.
I'm just gonna give Turkey the $10 and fucking have him monetize. I'll pay the $1, Turkey, fine. I'll pay the $1 to subscribe. Like it.
Yeah, I owe him $1 here. He didn't help me really, but I'm gonna give him $1. Why the fuck not?
But
why the fuck, I guess.
You guys getting paid for?
If he can monetize it, if he can monetize his mom, he can monetize all of us too.
5 million.
I don't know if I want to let him have my account monetized.
Yeah,
all the time I'll finally get my account back and I'll pop into a space and they're like, oh, it's fucking tricky. God damn it.
Oh, it's fab again. Great.
Yeah, it's all fucking fab.
He's just like
fucking pointless again, that asshole.
Now let's go.
Let's go, Foggy.
Same crazy message back and forth. They don't trust him to not watch. Look at.
Oh yeah. No.
Five. That was like no.
On the nose, newspaper on the nose. Yeah, 3 minutes.
I couldn't wait. I had a day and I couldn't wait, so I just waited for you guys to catch up.
Well, while I was out and about today, I picked up a little bit of London pound cake. So, just 2 grams. So, we're partying tonight. Hells y'all.
Let's see. We each got little crystals in there.
Ooh.
Fancy.
So little crystals.
Have you heard from Damba?
SJ.
What is Damba?
God knows. Damba. I work in her laundry. What else is there to do? All the rest of the days, and it's clean. How was everyone anyway?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Got to look at the bright side of life, don't we?
Look at the bright side of life? Hells yeah. Is that an old Monty Python song?
Yeah, there's a song there, yeah, there is. My ears are already bleeding just thinking about it. We always look on the bright side of life, especially with the joy. Yeah, there's no stopping it, Pilon. It's crazy.
That's right, Pilon.
Monty Python.
Physical takeover of Shorty's space.
No karaoke allowed. It's signs on the door says so.
Karaoke.
We're breaking the lease, everybody.
We're next door. We go next door for karaoke.
You karaoke or?
MP1 space next door is karaoke.
Yeah, we love microphones, checkers. 1, 2, 3.
Me, our life's a musical.
420.
Fuck it up.
420.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey, bitch.
Wow. That Tom that just tried.
Many times. Wow.
This run is crazy.
You all right there, shorty?
Nope.
Help. I'm on my way. Wow, that London pound cake is fucking flavorful.
Sweaty now.
Oh man, they always tell me if you pass out tonight, you'll be alright Saturday.
Pot sweat. Get the pot sweats put on.
The pot sweats.
Have you ever passed out? Have you ever passed out smoking?
Eat the pot too hard.
Damn. I hear a story that people gets green, you know, like and drop. Like holy shit.
It's kind of hard to determine when you always come in sweaty. People on can't tell if it's the weed or just your natural. That is down back over in there sweating.
Somebody have to change his nappy, that's why.
Is it that much of a struggle to?
It takes a while. It's a CUDA.
He needs his Pampers Cruisers.
Pampers Cooters.
Cruisers. Cooters Cruisers.
Cooters Cruisers.
You're freaking neck one.
I'm so much trouble. I'm born like trouble. I think the doctor is scared. They told me he's like, holy shit, just slap this guy, start crying.
Yeah, I don't think he spanked you hard enough or something. There's something going on. Brains put on backwards.
I definitely go instead of spanking, got my face. It's like, bam, like get ready for the
He smacked the wrong cheeks. He smacked the wrong cheeks.
The wrong cheek, exactly. I went to the Chuck Norris hospital. They just punch you instead of smacking.
The doctor's like, oh, here comes the baby. Shut the fist that punches him in the face.
They practice their whole life to do that, trust me.
Doctor pulls down his mask and just a fist comes out and punches.
That's not funny.
Under Chuck Norris's beard, there's only another fist.
Yo, shorty, that's not funny, okay? Don't bring my PTSD.
It's hilarious. Have you ever
That's fucking hilarious.
Have you seen Chuck Norris shooting people? Oh my god, the viral. Oh my god, it's like viral clips of people like you know falling or whatever, eating shit, and then like so they timed it to where like he's like cocking his gun from like a movie and he shoots, and then like somebody in like a viral clip would just eat shit, and it's so perfectly timed to where it looks like he's shooting him down. It's so fucking funny. I've watched like that for 4 hours. Yeah, I got rabbit holed it so hard on that shit. Couldn't stop laughing at it. It's the most funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'll make it easy for you.
I was just about to look it up in the comments.
Got that shit on speed dial over here.
I'm scared to laugh that hard because now the older I get, the less I can hold.
Uh-oh.
You know, like, you know what I mean.
You got a leaky valve sound?
That's fucking wild. Last time I laughed that hard, it was just crazy.
And then laughed out like a little girl.
Oh my god. I'm serious, man, you know.
I gotta believe it. Oh my god, this video, can't even, I gotta stop it. The second one in,
I was crying on the ground. The guy with the little car. Whoever comes up with this shit, good for you. I love the internet.
Yeah, there's if you there's a lot of shit out there, but every once in a while you come across something that's just like, holy shit.
That one Giggles practicing baby, that one I teach bitches.
Giggles like some fucked up shit on the internet though. I get it in my inbox all day.
Behind us, not on level.
It's the downsies videos in a long time. I think you guys ran out of them maybe.
I realized you didn't much care for him. So
No, I didn't care because I wanted to see like how long it would take before you and Tone sent me the same exact one.
Oh, Tone, did you hear that? It's
yeah,
green light to start sending your videos again.
Sab said it's on, Tone.
She's gonna be like, oh fuck, what did I just do?
Yeah, tag team in my fucking Instagram.
Breakfast!
Breakfast!
Oh my god.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That's funny.
Hold on, we gotta get you a bear, dude.
Definitely, yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah, but like, you deserve a fucking like.
You easy to make you a bear. Just one down tattoos. Just make let's go fucking.
Yeah, I lost all my poly shit, dude.
Beard. Again, Dave?
What the fuck are you doing out there now?
What happened?
I didn't know. I lost my poly stuff, so I got looking at it.
When you got your E stuff back, they had it. They had it all.
No, my E stuff's still gone.
They'll put before.
Yeah.
They don't just take one chain and don't do.
Wait a second.
Your ass out.
I'm only after the salon. I see he's got like 3 more days in there. And I'm gonna leave that alone. I only go after the salon.
Did you?
No, they got my Bitcoin stuff too. They ain't got me yet.
To your MetaMask? Did you connect it to?
No.
Because that's how they got my Swan and shit. When they got.
But I still got all my ducks. They got all my snouts and stuff, except for my ducks. My ducks are on me. So.
Are you even on the right wallet? I feel like this is not being a thing right now. This is not happening.
No, I'm just. No, I got my ducks still, so I'm happy. I lost my snout too, so but I got my ducks.
Wait, what else are you missing? All your polygon shit?
Yeah. Off my equal. What equal?
It's on the right.
MetaMask.
So you got your cakes in and all that shit.
Yeah.
That shit's
cakes.
It only took the stuff. Oh my god.
What?
What does that shit have? Like this reason?
Yeah.
OpenSea or Magic Eden?
Magic Eden.
OpenSea. Did you check out OpenSea? Make sure.
Yeah, my poly is empty.
You need to figure that shit out.
Dude, I know, because I got all my cakes and shit in there.
You need to change that, get that shit off there and wait.
Why wouldn't they touch the?
Everything's gone except my Ethereum stuff. Well, I went in today. I got everything.
Multiple wallets, though. You have multiple accounts right on one MetaMask.
Well, I think there was just, yeah, I got an ass load of accounts on it.
Make sure you're on the right one.
Yeah, it only got my, oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm going to check that.
Yeah, thanks.
What today is? It's like, what, 7:30? So, okay, I'm in wallet too.
Oh my God. You owe me $5 today, though, because that's never going to happen again.
Oh,
I told you, anyway, give me all that shit. For taking it from you, man. When you get your shit together, I'll send you every fucking bit of the time.
Right.
God damn.
what changed this thing?
Yes.
Oh, maybe three. It's just, yeah, they got my published shit. Oh, I got some hate shit.
Okay, so
Lucky you got it.
are you, I feel like, Gabe, I feel like you slept in that somewhere. Are you only good filming or on eat?
Come on, eat out.
Are you not in your dish?
I've got my B&B and all that stuff. It only took it only took my Polygon stuff. So I was in cleaning up my NFTs.
And what were you doing to get that shit?
Yeah, you're messing around with there.
I was cleaning up and checking all my NFTs after my soul stuff. And I must have clicked on something in my fucking Poly wallet.
Oh, you know if you did or not. Don't
Wait, you got stuff? Wait, soul stuff's supposed to be in your family, right?
But see, I'm showing right here, I got $2 in Poly on here.
What wallet are you using, David?
My MetaMask.
Okay, well then what did your soul stuff have to do with it?
Nothing. Goddamn thing. Nothing. I clicked on something in another fucking wallet.
He clicked on a fucking Poly fucking.
I think it was something that got dropped in there.
Yep, you clicked on that bitch and it fucked you, bro.
Just don't even
You know
touch
better
it.
than
Don't
that
even look
shit.
at it. They just leave it there.
If you
I'm not
shouldn't
touching my wallets no more.
No, don't click on the wrong shit, Dave. Quit clicking on that bullshit, Dave. God
There's
damn,
no
you hear
free
that?
airdrops, that's for sure.
Nah, man, that shit they sit in there for claim this and claim that. That's something to get your ass, and you know that shit, man. You ain't that goddamn naive. Come on, bro. Goddamn, it's irritating me.
I've still got my Poly stuff that my salon stuff that I got given.
Don't click on nothing.
I'm not clicking on shit.
Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. And you know what? If anybody's dropped you anything, you ain't even got to click on that, bro. The motherfucker just following your goddamn wallet, son. Quit clicking shit. Quit fucking clicking shit. Goddamn, you irritate me. I hate to be like that. I hate to even say something to any fucking body. Damn,
I appreciate you, brother.
But it's like, I'm gonna pray for you, Dave.
I'm scared he's gonna call me so I did when he sees me now.
It sucks, though, man. I mean, that fucking sucks. Cause you fucking know.
International Qantas. Be less than half an hour. Let me know the temperature. Okay, we can score. I continue.
Leave that shit on. Bro, I get that shit right. Don't click the shit. Don't click the goddamn. You can't do the video.
Bye. Vincenzo, my friend. We missed you, man. We were worried about you.
What's up, baby? Good to see you.
Yeah. Let's see. $20 total. 3 hours. 3 hours, $20. Not bad. Not bad. You can actually buy a coffee, probably a croissant. So excited about that. $20 for 3 hours. Not too bad. Was $6.07. Sweet. $20, $20.